My next guest is part of one of the most underrated fights on this card, UFC 284. He's taking on Jack Della Maddalena. It's Rude Boy Randy Brown back here on the program. Randy, how are you?
What up, James? What up? What up? I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
No, thank you for taking the time, man. When did you find out about this fight? This kind of just flew under the radar, this very sneaky yet very important matchup in the welterweight division.
It's a little bit of a short notice thing, you know what I mean? But I pride myself in being ready and preparing and just kind of staying in shape. So kind of short notice, but I was already training, in preparation that I might get something late February, early March. So once we got it, I just ramped things up and decided to do them that favor, run over there.
Was it an easy negotiation in terms of Jack and you have the same management, right? So I'd imagine that's pretty, easy communication.
We used to have the same management. I don't think we have the same management anymore.
Oh, interesting.
But,
okay.
So yeah, it was pretty simple. It was simple. I mean, listen, you know me. I'm not really a guy I'm not ducking and dodging, dipping. I've been in the game for a long time, and I'm down to fight any and everybody. So obviously I was looking to fight up, but this is a big, I want to say, risk for me, fighting someone with such a good talent that's coming up like this. That's kind of beneath me, I feel. But you know what? It's no risk, no reward. So it is what it is. I'm confident in my abilities. So I just want to go out there and go get that done.
And just to clarify something, is it you that's not with Paradigm anymore, or is it Jack who left them?
Jack's no longer with Paradigm.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. There you go. I'm learning something every day. And the matchup itself, like obviously the UFC is very high on Jack, and it's been the Contender Series and the matchups and everything. You can kind of see what they're doing here, and I feel like you've been in this position before, right? Where they have the hot prospect, and they're like, hey, we're going to put Randy against them, and sometimes doesn't go that well. Does that annoy you, or do you like being able to seize this opportunity and maybe take some of the momentum that he's got?
Yeah, I'm about to change my name from Rude Boy to the Monkey Wrench, because it seems like they keep doing this. You're right. And it's never worked out.
Yeah.
It's literally never worked out every time they've tried it. So, it's a shiny new toy. And at some point they got to realize that the old thing that's been here I've been here, you know what I mean? And I'm just as good, Yeah. So sometimes you just got to go out there and reiterate that to the fans and sometimes to the company. So that's what I'm about to go do.
I imagine this is your first time going to Australia?
Yes. So that's the only downside is, I got to get out there, and the time, I adjust. I wish I had about a month to go out there and train for a month and kind of acclimate, but I don't. So I'll be there early anyway, a few weeks prior. But yeah, first time traveling that far.
And I know for some fighters, going into another country and fighting someone is a bit intimidating, but you fought Warley Alves in Brazil. Is this kind of like a walk in the park now after going through that? Because you're not probably being told that you're going to die every 2 seconds when you're walking to the cage.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience. But listen, James, for me, I'm going to tell you straight up, like, I don't really care. I've never really subscribed to that. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people subscribe to that. They get caught up in, I'm going in enemy territory. They can't fight for you. Yeah. They could say whatever the hell they want to say. They could be out. They could scream. They could do whatever. But them people, they can't fight for you at the end of the day. So it's a fight. I'm fighting every day. I train every day. I travel to different gyms. I spar in different gyms. Sometimes I'm in gyms where it's hostile, and we doing it. So what's the difference? I'm just going to sit on a plane for a little bit, and then do it far away.
From a style perspective, how are you looking at this fight with you and Jack, just kind of putting your skill set against his?
I think he's a great fighter. I think his style plays great into my style. He wants to come forward. He's a bruiser. See that nose pasted on the other side of his face. That says a lot. I'm impressed. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's good power, very traditional in his boxing. I think he's very well trained. But again, styles make fights, and it's nothing I've never seen before. We've seen them.
Yeah, no, makes sense. You mentioned doing some cross training. Where have you been training over the last little bit, and what does camp look like leading into this as far as training partners and gyms and all that different stuff?
Camp's been good. Camp's good. I ain't gonna give you everything, but we've been working good, getting some good rounds in. I tell you, I got to train with Johan Blake and some of the Olympians in Jamaica earlier on. Nice. Before camp. You know what I mean? Some cross training. Been doing some running, some sprints, just building some explosive ability in my legs, and So that was a good experience with those guys over there. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
And
But
then what?
the plan remains the same.
Yeah. What about back home? Who are you mainly working with?
Here,
Yeah.
same crew, same
Okay.
cast and crew, same cast. Ain't nothing changed. Same
Okay.
cast and crew.
Yeah, for those who might not know, who would that be? Like who you're working with? I always got to get the update. No, I'm
You're
just
working hard, James.
I know. Hey, listen, I got to get I got to get what the people want, right? So you can name like a name or
you
two.
see it. I mean, you see it. I'm out here, man. I'm in Philly. I'm in Philly with those dudes a lot. You know what I mean? I'm with my normal team. You know what I mean? I'm in the boxing gym with a lot of guys that, are on the boxing circuit. So a lot of you guys wouldn't know. And yeah, getting a lot of work with the guys you see on the gram, man. You see me posting the guys on the gram all the time. It's me, it's Brady, it's Body Bags, Piper, it's Miles Lee, it's everybody. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Marquez MMA. Shout out to everybody over there.
What's it like getting to train with Sean? Because I heard he's one of these guys that has just a crazy work ethic, and I know you do as well. But I'm sure it's like an iron sharpens iron type thing because you guys are both very complementary, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and he's strong as an ox. So those rumors of him being strong, you hear it from a lot of people, and it's very true. His work ethic is second to none. The dude is constantly grinding, constantly looking to improve, and we all just bounce off each other and improve, man, and grind. We also got some tough Russians in there. Shout out to Iso and the rest of those guys over there that are just. It's a fight every day. It's a fight every day, and that's the environment you need to be in when you're in this game. So, yeah.
With all that said, who's going to be making the trip with you as far as your corner?
My same corner.
Oh, okay,
same corner.
gotcha.
Nothing changed. Just a few guys are going to be there with me prior to. The corner's not going to come out until, later in the weeks. But early on, for the earlier trip, just a few teammates are going to come with me so that we can continue to train and keep it going.
No worries. And how do you see this fight playing out? I mean, you're a guy that does not like getting paid by the hour. Jack has yet to lose a fight in the UFC. What can we expect?
Fireworks, man. Jack is a dog. Jack is a dog. He likes to be mean, nasty, good pressure. I think I'm too much though. I think I'm too slick. I think I'm too fast. I think my feet are too sophisticated, and I think we're just gonna remind people, that this game is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I think we just got to go show people that and remind y'all that that's what it is.
We talked about the fact that Jack's got a lot of momentum here. A win's got to get you in the rankings, right? I mean, like, what more do you need to do here? What are you thinking about a victory here?
Anybody else in my position, I'm gonna tell you straight up, they're not fighting Jack.
Yeah,
and you know that. People know that. Like, so that this just speaks to my confidence. One, and just shows you, like, bro, I'm not here to play around. I'm not here to pick and choose and maybe I'll fight that guy, not the right time. You've seen my career, man. You've seen the guys that I've fought. You've seen the competition that I've fought. And for me, I've seen it all. There's nothing I haven't seen. And this is not like a situation where I'm just going through the motions. You know what I mean? Like, this fight, I believe this fight catapults me to not fight only in the top 15, but my next fight must be someone in the top 10 if I have a great performance here.
And on that note, like, again, all goes well, not looking past, your opponent here, but like, this has got to be a big year for you, man. I would imagine starting off with this fight and just, again, it's a pay-per-view, like, like in terms of people will be watching probably start to finish that card. Do you see this as maybe one of the biggest years of your career in terms of progression, especially with the opportunity you have?
Absolutely. I mean, and when we talk about progression and Randy Brown, those two things go hand in hand. When you've seen my development. People say it because it sounds cool, but we know what it is. You've seen me. Every fight, I'm different. I have the ability to adapt. I have the ability to grow. I have the ability to switch gears and adjust during the fight. I'm a caliber fighter, So this is going to be a massive year for me. Last year was a big year for me. And you've seen the development, you've seen the growth. This year is where I put the exclamation point on it and I start to show people where I'm at.
You mentioned Jamaica earlier. I'm always fascinated by this. Do you still have those Airbnbs? Are you still doing that on the side?
Absolutely. I just closed on one. While I was there, I just closed on another one and looking to build one more. So I got a lot of business.
How many do you own now? Just if you don't mind me, I don't want to get too personal, but I think it's fascinating. Honestly, what a good way to make money.
Right now we got 5. Right now we got
good for
5.
you. That's awesome.
Yeah. So things are moving, So this is something that you don't do forever. I'm fully, don't get me wrong, I'm fully locked in, but I'm not stupid, So I know what I need something in between fights to sustain me in between fights. I also need something to sustain me afterwards. So I'm comfortable. I'm happy, you know. But I still got business to handle, you know what I mean, in the fight game. So
What's the most difficult part about that? Is it trying to get cleaners and stuff, or what do you find is challenging, especially not being in over there all the time, right? Because you're in the U.S. primarily.
Well, we had a system, and I got a ton of family. What I've learned is hard to do business with family, right? That's tough. But
Yeah.
initially we had a lot of issues, but now we kind of got a system. We got a good cleaning service that kind of handles everything, and I'm there a lot. There's times where I'll run down there like for 2 nights and I'm back. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly there, and it was tough initially just getting the cleaners, but now we got a great system. We have a good company that's doing it for us and working with us, and we got it locked in. So hopefully keep fingers crossed that it keeps going well.
And obviously you got a ton left in your career. I'm not implying anything by saying this, but do you see real estate as maybe a career after fighting's over? Because you can't punch people in the face forever.
No, not. Is my camera still on?
Yeah, it's still on. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, my bad. No, I it's not like a career. You know what I mean? I just think this is just something that people should do. As a fighter, you're making an X amount of money. You know, we're not millionaires out the gate. You know what I'm saying? We have potential to get there. You know what I'm saying? We make good money. Don't get me wrong. I'm comfortable, but I'm not rich. You know what I mean? Like I'm good, but I'm not rich. So as young fighters, as a fighter that's been in the game, talking to young fighters, I would say it's just a smart thing to do, to make money. You want to make money from everywhere you can. You know what I mean? You want to have passive income coming in from everywhere. So, whether it be sponsors, whether it be your small investments, property, even I heard, what's his name? Hanato, right? Moicano talk about, the index funds and him being in stocks and all that stuff, so just think about other ways to make money. Don't just think your only one paycheck got to come every time you fight. You can make money everywhere. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to take a ton of time and effort away from you fighting.
And a lot of streaming. A lot of people are doing that these days, making some money off of it as well. How's that going? And what are you playing video game wise right now?
I literally right before I got on here, I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I just took it back to it.
Now I feel awful. I interrupted your video game, but continue anyways.
You know what? The streaming I've been doing the shows, but I haven't done any shows because there hasn't been any UFC because we usually just talk about UFC. For a month. So I've been off. I took the time to just refresh. But I just been gaming like Call of Duty, same shit. We play Call of Duty with the boys. Red Dead. High on Life is a new one. I like to play those single player games. High on Life just came out. I've been playing that. That's pretty fun. It's like the voice of Rick and Morty.
Oh, cool. Okay. I gotta check it out. That's so far to my realm, like all these Call of Duties and stuff. I wish I had time for that. I got 2 kids, so I get Nintendo Switch. That's my like newest game like type thing. And I'm just, whenever I get my free time, I'll play with my kids. I think Call of Duty's a little far away from me, but I hear great things. It's awesome, right?
Bro, Call of Duty toxic as hell, bro. You get on there, you just know it's gonna be
it's a bloodbath. Well, okay, so back in my day, like I'm older than you, obviously, but we used to play like Counter-Strike and like all those like multiplayer ones. Like that's how old I am. You can kind of tell. So there you go. Don't age myself.
Counter-Strike is a good game. Listen, don't get it twisted. That's a
no.
Game.
Hey, that was probably the platform that brought your Call of Duties and all these other games, right? Like it was that single, the multiplayer, online, all that stuff. And before that, it was Quake, I think, and those types of games, right? So
I remember Quake. I forgot about that. Yeah, Quake.
There you go. Fire. Little history lesson here, not just an MMA interview. Randy, appreciate it, man. We're looking forward to it. UFC 284, February 11th. If there's anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors or any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Man, just thank my team. Thank everyone who's been helping me and supporting me along the way. Thank Marquez MMA for opening the doors. Thank my A team, which is Sensei Nardu, Matt Cully, Tyrone Credle, Budokan Martial Arts. Yeah, just the whole squad, man. Everybody.